Okay, I'm going to make a little video on what I use for hand stropping my knives and chisels, bee tools, etc. It's just a waste or leftover piece of wood. It's a block. This measures nearly 6 centimeters, 2¼ or so inches in width. Happens to be really nice for most of the knives because the length of it covers the whole flatness of the blade then as well. But this is one I've used already. This is one I recently remade, a new one. It's just got the clean suede side, sort of side up, but it's very thin. It's not a thick piece of leather on there. It's really thin. On this side, it's got the green compound on it. I've used it a few times, but as time goes by, that compound builds up and it gets ruts and all sorts in there. Some people don't like taking this compound off. They say you don't need to. Well, everyone's got their own views. My view of it is, when you're stropping, there's fine particles, or whatever you'd like to call them, of this knife blade coming off, and it's going on there in the compound, and I don't like using it on this, so I clean it off, and this is how I clean it off. Heat gun, and just gently heat it up. And I'll fast forward this bit so you don't have to wait. Okay, I'm going to stop there for a second. I can see it softening up. You'll see it glistening probably a little bit more on the camera. Looking at the screen I can see, but it is softening up. I can sort of rub it with my finger. So I'm nearly there, and then I'm going to get a chisel. I've got my 1¼ inch chisel. It's an old chisel, it's not even very sharp, but it's perfect because it's got a straight flat edge on the end here, and I'm just going to scrape the old compound off. So turn off the heat gun, put it to one side so it's safe, and then just get the chisel and just literally scrape the edge off like that. And that's all the old compound. It'll go dry and cold straight away. All taken off in one swoop. Now you can go back over that if you want. You can take it right down to the leather. Just be gentle that you don't burn the leather. I tend to now put the compound back on at that point. So if I get a bit of compound, it's a cheap green block. I think I paid about £15 for a block. That was about this size, cheap on Amazon. And literally then just rub it back in just a little bit. Just like so. Doesn't need a lot because there was still some on that leather. And then from there, you can get your knife and carry on stropping, keeping your knife flat all the way along. And slowly and surely you will see that go black again. It's gone cold, by the way, now, completely cold. And then you can turn it over to the other side, and if I show it to you on a fresh piece, better idea. That then just takes off anything that's left on there and gives it that polished sort of finish. So much so that You can see my fingerprint on it, so I can actually see myself in the mirror effect on the blade there, because it's shining up so much. So there's nothing really to it, guys. It's not complicated. A bit of wood, contact adhesive, as I said, put it on both pieces, the piece of leather, the piece of wood, 5 minutes. That's all it takes. Put the pieces together, make sure they're lovely and flat. You don't even have to trim it at that point. Just you can leave the leather, all excess of the leather just hanging over the ends. Put another piece of wood then on top of it. Put a bit of weight on there, or if you're lucky you've got a vice or something, or 2 clamps, just clamp them together to make sure you don't have any bumps in the sort of leather or the glue that you put on there. You only need a thin bit of it, and you've got a lovely nice big strop. So they're not tiny little strops that you get where you've got pieces of wood that are commonly this size, and you're going to be there forever and a day. Now, yes, it will do the job, and yes, if you go in camping and you decide you want to take something with you, or going out to do a bit of bushcraft, I mean, that is going to help you immensely. Or even another smaller piece of wood, you know, off the end of this or something, that will do you. But if you're doing it at home, my top tip, as you would say then, is have a longer piece of wood. You've got the blade nice and flat, and like you got all that length when you're doing it then, back and forth, and the same when you're cleaning it as well. Okay, really simple, very effective, cheap as chips, as we say in the UK, although they're not that cheap these days either. But yeah, inexpensive. One thing to note on these is, like I said, it's greater to have a longer surface on, just to get that process done a little bit more effectively, quicker, etc. These blocks, you can various different blocks from various different places, common places as well. Not going to stay to any particular brand, but again, they've got all these shapes on their pre-made for you. I've found that sometimes they're not the shape you want them to be. This is easily remedied. Pieces of wood, triangular, different angles on that triangular piece. I've got a little sticky piece here that's just literally a kind of lollipop, and I put leather around the sides of it. I got 4 different types of shapes on that one. I mean, similar to this in length, so a tiny bit longer, but all 4 on the same one stick. And again, you can take that or take that with you to the woods, but I've done this because all of those shapes are not on here. So that way then I covered all the different sizes I've got, from the smaller chisels or gouges, which would be this side, the round. So I've got the contours the same, to the larger flat ones. Again, another one I've done, so you could do it on this one as well. So you've got all the shapes the same all the way down. Or the rounder, number 7. Number 8, isn't it? Not 7, 7mm. Again, same contours. So there's the smaller one, this is the larger one. And even the V-tool. Again, I've got the V-tool, and it can go nice and deep in there as well with the V-tool. Not only that, I can go in there with the palm tools, etc. and everything as well. And even the set of flex cut knives will all fit inside all of these different grooves as well. This again, you can use on the inside of your tools. No problem. All of the shapes that you've got then are all made, and they're very handy. And again, you don't need to buy anything like this. Scrap bit of wood, and just glue it on with that contact adhesive again. I haven't even trimmed the edge off this one yet. And again, it's just so cheap. I mean, these are okay, they can carry them around if that's all the tools you've got, and those V-shapes are what you know, the tools you've got. I find they don't match at all. So just thought I'd show that for you and share my tips on that as well, and how I did it as well. Hopefully somebody else will be able to follow up and do one of their own, save a few pounds. So guys, if you liked what you saw today, please give me a like and a comment, drop a comment in there as well. Share the video if you can, I really appreciate it. Maybe you'd like to take a look at some of the other videos I've got on my channel as well. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and have a great day. Thank you everyone. Bye.